in the meeting one day, you told those guys, well, let me tell you something. See that little red hen over yonder? That's my little red hen now. I just want y'all to know it. You know what I mean? He didn't want none of them to say, "Ooh, come up there trying to talk."
Yeah, trying to get smart.
But
yeah.
but the thing is, I tell them all. I say, your character goes far, far, far than you do. If they had told him that she ain't nothing but old slut girl. She ain't that. She just running around town. I would have had that good man.
Yep.
He was 100%. We didn't have no quarrels about. I ruled everything because he was on the road as chairperson.
Right.
Oh, labor organization. When he married me, he was a labor organization's president.
Oh, okay.
So
he was protecting the black people.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I told you how they treated you. I told you about they used to shoot them off the train.
Right.
But they had gotten it then, and John was just he stayed in there. I don't know, 10 or 12 years.
So how old was he when he was a Tuskegee Airman?
He was about 21 or something.
And how?
Oh yeah, he had been to junior college, and he told his mama, what about letting Alice go to school and let me take this job? I make more money than y'all make in half a year, in a month or so." She said, "No, I want you to go there." They told me about it. And so she said, "All right then." He said, "Yeah, I'll send you money to send Alice to school." She was about 2 years younger than he, and she was trying to get her BS too. But your character go far ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I tell them all, I say, honey, your character, whatever it is you out there, you don't have to throw your bosom open and wear your dresses up to your neck.
Nope.
And all that kind of carrying on. I said, you don't have to do that. You just have some character. Because when men want to marry, they looking for John went out looking for me. I believe he came to that thing looking for me.
He probably did.
I'm not kidding. Because he was so had it all together. Didn't I see you at? He knew he didn't see me at. But that was a way for him to start
where he thought he saw you, Grandma.
Yeah. Keep your character.
Yep.
And so that you can, because I know a lot of men hunt for women when they don't say nothing, but I can see the way they go at a woman, a certain woman. Yeah, child, they ask you all those boogie questions about you.
Well, see, that's what's lacking these days. People don't think character is important.
Those girls don't know. Ain't taught none of it.
Yep. So you get what you see what you get.
Yeah. We had a little lady that lived down. She was a grown little lady. You know what I mean? If she had some children, they would have been 6 and 7 years old. And she told us all the thing about women. Mama don't know it though. Mama didn't teach us nothing. I don't think them women told the children, girls, nothing about it. Nothing.
Oh no! Look.
Mama didn't taught us nothing.
That was stuff you had to, I guess, find out.
I don't know nothing. Mama told me about growing up.
Nope.
That
was just.
Did your father ever tell you anything about growing up?
No, let me tell you something. My father came to tell me something. I was sitting there looking at him. I think I was 17.
Now you were the right age to tell.
Yeah, but basically, I told him, because my father and I had a good relationship, and
Did he tell you anything about? Let me see what they call it. The birds and the bees.
No, when he came to tell me about the birds and the bees, I told him I already knew about the birds and the bees. My friends had already told me about the birds and the bees.
They were ashamed to talk about it.
Yeah, and I think they didn't want to. Just like
nobody did it.
My oldest son came to me and asked me. He came to me, and I talked to him, but he knew more than I knew he knew, because I was taking him from a football game. He was 14, And he said, Daddy, let's go down Florida Avenue. Florida Avenue is a very raunchy street in Jacksonville. And I said, well, why would you want to go down Florida Avenue, Brian? He said, well, Daddy, they got some the women down there, and I figured you'd help me. I said, are you out your mind? He wanted me to purchase him a woman at 14. Yes, that's just how I looked at him too. I said, really? I said,
To have sex?
Yes, because some of his friends, he went. I knew where it came from. His friends, one of
He was just asking.
his father, somebody had told him, well, my uncle did this. I looked at him. I said, really? I said, that ain't gonna happen, buddy.
Hey,
okay.
He was just playing you. I don't think he would have a nerve to do that.
No, I don't think he.
You were 14, and
no,
he wanted.
was 14.
Oh.
And we were coming from a football game on that side of town.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess his friends had told him, my daddy did this, and my uncle, and my big brother.
They didn't think nothing.
So he was going to try me. Well, look, I told him all. I said, look, we're friends. I said, but when we stop being friends and I'm your daddy, you'll know. So, so I didn't have to really get on him. And I didn't, but I told him, I said,
you didn't have to
that ain't going to happen, buddy.
You didn't tell him about the birds and bees then. No,
well, his mother.
The birds and the bees. Grandma, what the birds and the bees is?
I'll tell you when they finish.
The birds and the bees.
Oh. Sexually.
Mm-hmm.
It's how they go at each other. Every time you see an old bee, he's trying to get on top of it.
Right. He's falling on a bird.
An old bird too. Yeah. That's
you didn't know about the birds and the bees.
Well, you hear it, but like, I didn't visualize.
That's why those children now have so many children out of wedlock. They don't know nothing.
Well, what they see on TV.
They don't care.
Yeah.
And when you don't care,
television and in the movies.
Boy.
Yeah.
Some of these children have 8 and 9 children out of wedlock.
I'm gonna have me a baby.
And don't look back at them.
You are.
I tell you what, not long time ago, women who didn't have a husband and wanted a child, they'd go and get an artificial insemination.
Back in your time?
You go and you have to pay for that.
Yeah.
That egg. You go pay for the egg. If you want, so you're not gonna know who the father of the baby is.
Mm-hmm.
But people have done it, and I don't know.
A lot of prominent people.
A
lot of prominent people.
Yeah, that's what they do. If he's educated, got a lot of sense, you're gonna have to pay a lot of money for that egg, honey.
Mm-hmm.
And you always want to get somebody who's got it.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't going to get no sunblock, baby.
Right.
I don't know what they do now.
So they was profiling genetics in your 20s.
Huh?
They were profiling genetics then in your 20s and 30s.
Oh, I said they
profiling, like if they get an egg that's,
they go there and tend to that business. Those things are on ice right now. On ice right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if that woman wants, she have to go up there. And she would let everybody in town know she's going to have it out of so she won't come up looking like she's a loose woman. Yeah. If you want a baby. But hey, you don't have to go up there now. You can just say, give me that baby. Give me that baby if you don't want it when you have it. Mm-hmm. But you don't know what you're getting, do you?
I was looking at a story last night about something similar to that. I look at this investigative discovery, and these people, they're on the slimy side. This guy actually murdered a lady, and the lady had a baby, and he gave the baby to his
wife.
No, to his brother for adoption.
Mm-hmm.
And the child, then they found out who he was. He was a prominent guy, and they found out who he was, and then they had to let the cat out the bag. But apparently they accepted it, and they moved on.
But these girls need some teaching. They the one need to teach.
All these young people.
That's the one they need to teach.
They need to be.
They don't know nothing about how you get pregnant.
They don't know nothing about.
So how you get pregnant, Grandma? You got to get married first. You got to find a man that meets your standards.
No, I'm talking about how do you get pregnant.
Oh, okay.
in a jiffy, just like that.
So how you get pregnant?
Once that egg, once that sperm from that male body, they used to teach it to us in school. That male fluid run up there and grab that egg and wrap it around him so quick you can't untie him. That's what they say. You understand? So you can have a baby just like that. You don't even have to have the intercourse. You just have that fluid that get in that section where that egg is. You're born with eggs. You got some eggs in you. All the girls are born with eggs, and they develop as you grow older. And some of them come down every time, every month. Every month. And if that male stuff hit one of them, you have a baby. But if the egg come down and nothing hit it, then the egg will come on out and go on down. I studied all that stuff, so because I was interested. I was none of that one of them. What you call it?
Loose women.
Ooh, I'm scared of men. I saw those girls around there pregnant, prominent girls. I said, how did you get pregnant? I asked the lady. She told me. And what would it like if I was a man? I'd go around with some of them things in my pocket all the time. Wonder why? They don't want them to have in your pocket.
They had condoms 70 years ago.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I remember one time my brother, BC, who didn't have any children. He wasn't married either. We were in the car with him and some old girls, and we were riding. And brother say, he didn't tell me what he stopped by. Hey, that's the drugstore right there. Stop. I got something. I got to go in there. And I know he went in there to get some condoms. and I mean, he was ready. If anything happened to him, anything, they tell me that the women now are worse about having sex than the men. You know what I mean? So they run out there and grab a man. They do, because they let them come and live with them in these condominiums, and they don't have to pay no rent.
Ooh, tell it, Grandma.
Yeah.
I learned a whole lot on every morning. We got this little cases where the people bring these little chamois cases in, and all of the he promised he if I let him stay with me, she just said just like with me, he would give me half of the rent. And she said, well, was he in his room or did he stay in your room? He stayed in my room. They just said just as proud as they can. Yeah. I said, well, la-da-da.
Shacking up.
Shacking up.
I mean, I don't believe it's a decent girl out there left.
It probably ain't, Grandma.
It might be one or two. Somewhere.
You know where I said that? Because
Hey, Ishmael.
every day is a bunch
and
of
his
them
girlfriend.
with the men cheating them out of.
Hey, man, y'all wasn't finna sit up here and just keep eating. I'm up here starving to death. Waiting for the food down. That's crazy. What's up, Mom?
They went by.
Let me wash my hands.